Nightmare Before Christmas is a weird movie, and guess what? I've never seen it.
What?
I know, weird, right? To be honest, I've never been a huge fan of the whole Tim Burton style, but I am a massive fan of Henry Selick, the actual director of this film, as I am a massive fan of his film James and the Giant Peach. But watching Nightmare Before Christmas for the first time was definitely a very true experience that I will certainly never forget. Of course, with it being the spooky season and me really not being a fan of Halloween at all, I figured let's do probably the most famous animated Halloween movie there is. And before some of you in the comments start saying, it's a Christmas movie, I'm going on with what the director said. If he said it's a Halloween movie, then that's what it is. Hi there, it's me, the Average Critic, and let's talk about The Nightmare Before Christmas. A film that I like, but it's just not for me. This film does share some Christmas tropes, of course. It's a nice in-between movie to watch on Halloween, at the same time kind of getting you ready for Christmas. I am going to start off by saying that this film it's not for me.
Sorry!
It just isn't. Maybe because I haven't grown up with it, I've never done Halloween, scary and creepy things are not my thing at all. Hell, the only interaction I've ever had with this film is playing it in the Kingdom Hearts games. I had no idea the opening theme song actually had lyrics before I watched this film. But I can appreciate this film for all it's worth. Let's start off by saying the animation is... well, it's amazing. As some of you may know, I'm a massive fan of stop motion. I love Wallace and Gromit, they are some of my most favourite films, and I grew up watching great films like Jason and the Argonauts. Yeah, there's something for you older folks out there. It's an amazing art style of animation, and in this film it still holds up despite this film coming out in 1993. The level of detail cannot be ignored of how clever some of the shots are done in this film. Every detail just brings the whole film together, really adding a style that is very Tim Burton-like. But also, it is incredibly stylistic and fun to watch. The Oogie Boogie sequences are some of my absolute favourites, with its use of shadow and colour, and of course an amazing performance from Ken Page. I also think characters, while most of them stick to one-dimensional background characters, Jack Skellington is a wonderful innocent character, and considering this film is quite short, at only an hour and 60 minutes, Jack portrays a lot of character in such a short space of time. Jack has this wonderful sense of purity throughout the movie, and watching him create and do what he thinks Christmas is not only incredibly hilarious and easily my favourite part of the whole movie, it adds so much to his character as he misses the real reason that Christmas is so special. Jack being so oblivious to everything, especially when Sally is simply trying to make him understand, is a hard concept to pull off. Usually characters that are oblivious to things are very annoying and not very likeable, but with the performances and a beautiful and sweet ending of him realising what's been in front of him the whole time is incredibly sweet, and it really tugs at the heartstrings. And if there is one thing I love in animation, it is simple and sweet. As someone who's also never seen this movie until now, I can imagine those who have grown up with this movie know the songs off by heart. And by God, there is a lot of singing. I'm going to say that this film is pretty much an opera because there is singing and music constantly. Characters go through entire arcs through song, much like a heavy musical like Les Mis. And while I'm a fan of musicals, this style just isn't for me. At least not for animation. The music and lyrics and even the singing voice of Jack is done by none other than Danny Elfman. It is a brilliant and clever score and has this wonderful mix of Halloween and Christmas-like music, creating a wonderful blend of styles. It is incredibly odd and brilliant at the same time. But as I said, this style just isn't for me. It feels like this film never has time to breathe, as it is constantly moving things along with music, and I just wish characters would stop and talk. And even if they do, music is constantly playing in the background, so the film score is something I can massively appreciate, but simply doesn't resonate with me, although that opening is an absolute banger. I do appreciate this film's obvious darker themes, Jack's depression and Sally trying to kill her maker. By the way, that guy is freaking horrifying. Like, Christ, he's gonna give me nightmares. But the massive themes of Jack's depression, but also being what you are and not taking things for granted when you have the people around you. And I think I did want more of Jack and Sally's relationship because that ending is so cute. I do think the film's themes are more subtle, and I can understand why. If you've watched any film by Tim Burton, you know he has done some serious dark shit, so making this film a little bit more child-friendly really adds to the innocence of the whole story, and of course, Jack as a character, he's incredibly innocent. I know that if I had watched these films growing up, I definitely would have missed a lot of things, but now as an adult, I imagine you see things a lot more clearly. I can definitely see that this is a film you need to grow up to appreciate. That's not trying to say that in order for this film to be good, you have had to have watched it when you're younger and grown up with it, but if you like spooky stuff and you know the lyrics off by heart and you have a liking towards this style, then you will obviously love this movie. My girlfriend loves Halloween, loves spooky things, loves dark stuff, and she absolutely adores this movie. I, however, am not a fan, which is a reason I really think this film is more of a Halloween movie than a Christmas movie. I love Christmas films and the style that they come with. A Nightmare Before Christmas is a film about Christmas, but ultimately goes back to Halloween. There are no songs dedicated to Christmas, but there are 3 to Halloween. I think if the film was a Christmas movie and went more into Christmas, I would probably enjoy it more. But this is the whole reason why on this channel I have 2 ratings, because even though I probably won't ever watch this film again of my own choice, I can enjoy it if I do, and I certainly appreciate its style, message, and humour. And so it gets my professional rating of 8 out of 10. A solid Halloween movie with great music, but my personal rating of 5 out of 10. Halloween has never really been for me. I tend to let Halloween dust over as Christmas is right around the corner. This film is a film I can 100% appreciate, with some great characters, great animation, and a lovely meaningful story wrapped up in a short space of time. But the style and music, while still being good, just isn't for me. So let me know in the comment section what is some of your thoughts on Nightmare Before Christmas, and do you prefer Halloween or Christmas? I'm sure we can keep talking about this film forever. Let me know if you're doing anything for Halloween, or if you're even watching this film right now. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure we are beating that YouTube algorithm, and you can follow me on Instagram at Ed Swindlehurst, TikTok at The Average Critic, and you can even support me on my Patreon. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.